Hello, and welcome to the Roan Solutions podcast for January 24th of 2012. In this podcast, Craig Rabenheimer and Lisa McGale will talk about where the future of research in motion, or Blackberry, is headed. For more information other than what is on the podcast, you can contact Roan Solutions at 617-517-6444, or you can find us on the web at www.roansolutions.com. That's www.roansolutions.com.
As we move into 2012, we see BlackBerry market share declining and Android and the iOS, Apple, continuing to dominate. What was the tipping point to drive BlackBerry's share of the market down?
It's a good question, Lisa. I speculate it's innovation that drove BlackBerry's market share down, and by what I mean is the BlackBerry obviously was a dominant player in the smartphone market until, from the BlackBerry perspective, the domination was a lot of the people using their technology were looking for new innovation, new features, and along comes Apple and Android and provides that innovation, and obviously you can see a shift from the BlackBerry to the other platforms.
Okay, and so is there something that you see regarding this trend where BlackBerry might even lose even more of their market share to Android and Apple products?
I think obviously there's a lot at play here, and it's not my domain, but I speculate that BlackBerry will lose more market share, only because they have not been able to produce innovation as Android and Apple has. I mean, you can ask anybody who has the Apple iPhone and ask them how they feel about it, and the technology. It's far superior. It's got a lot more functionality along with the Android. The BlackBerry has not succeeded in producing a technology or device that is superior to those two platforms, and they haven't done it yet. They try to bring out a tablet which has had disappointing sales. On top of that, BlackBerry had some outages last year, and that obviously doesn't help their share. And they do have. What's interesting, they do have a technology that's probably superior to the iOS and the Android in their messaging service, where for an enterprise it is a very robust solution for enterprises to use. I think that the Android and the iOS are playing catch up with that technology to try and secure their devices and be able to present it in a way that BlackBerry was able to present its smartphone devices to the enterprise. It did make a lot of sense. So there is talk and speculation about whether BlackBerry should drop their actual device side of the business and focus on the messaging service. I would go as far as to speculate that they might want to see if they can develop that messaging service for the Android and the iOS, so enterprises can leverage that technology to provide a more robust Android and iOS phone for the enterprise. But I don't think that BlackBerry they've crossed the line, that fine line between having market share and then, as we've seen with technology changing at such a rapid pace, if companies don't innovate, the companies will innovate around them and will take their market share, and that's what's happened here. So BlackBerry, for them to come back across the other side of the line and produce a product and solution and device that the market will will use is, I think, is slim, unless they change how they are working and how they redesign their company and provide the innovation that people will gravitate towards. But right now it's Android and iOS and the Apple's iOS.
Thanks, Craig. So I just want to touch on something there as we segue into our next question, which is relating to tablets. There's been talk of Blackberry re-releasing a playbook that's going to be far more superior, that will be in line with what is available with Android and Apple products. Do you know anything about that? Is there something that we should look forward to? And then relating to this question, do you think that's going to help them recapture some of their market? Because I agree with you, their messaging system is second to none.
So I again, it's not my domain. I don't know the new device. I'll be honest. I don't know the new device. From what I understand and what I've seen in the marketplace, they've lost. They're losing. I think 60% of their market share, and how do you capture that back? I mean, this piece of technology has to be something amazing for them to start to come back. I mean, yeah, sure, it probably is going to help, but is the damage done? Is the question. For their sake, I hope that it does come around. It's just it is interesting to see how these. How innovation and lack of innovation can determine where the market goes and the drifts in the marketplace for people to adopt their technology. And BlackBerry, unfortunately, I don't think is in a position to have a product that is going to bring them back to the dominance that they used to have.
Okay, well, again, thanks for sharing your opinion. We realize, again, that you did state that this is not your area, but we do appreciate the feedback because portable devices and smartphones are becoming a requirement if they are not already considered a requirement. So thank you for your feedback on that.
Sure.